going. Shit, my light. It's like
at the
it's
last
too dark in
video.
here.
See? Hi everyone, we're live. And yes, Chris just showed up at the last minute. Just like I said. Just like I said.
Last possible minute. It's okay.
I
said last possible minute, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm here.
You're here. You are here. I have to see. Like it says that I'm live on Facebook. Oh, okay. So I don't know how this works. I've never done this. So hello everyone. This is the first time we're streaming both on YouTube and on Facebook. So I don't know how that's going to go technically. I don't know how this works. I don't know if I'll see your comments. I have no idea. So yeah, that's where we are. So I'm trying to do both. Doing too much. How are you, Chris?
Listen, I'm great. I can say that I feel wonderful because I can say that I have never had Bill Clinton's penis in my mouth, unlike some people that we might talk about. Maybe I'm just jumping too far to pocket too quick. I don't know. I
think, you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you what's bothering me. What's bothering me, because that was disturbing. Like that came out the other night, and I felt like so many people who posted, like, I just found out about this and I'm going to bed now. Like that was like everybody's sentiment was like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
The fact that Bill Clinton was given oral sex by Donald Trump was literally the first thing that I woke up to that day. When I woke up, I woke up like in the middle of the night. Not the middle of it. It was like 5 a.m. I woke up pretty early. Stop it, Chris. I didn't even do anything yet. I didn't do anything. I'm just saying. I'm talking about. Oh, wait a second. I didn't blow Bill Clinton. I didn't decide.
Okay, let's just cover this. Okay, the reason why people are talking about this is because what's his name's emails. Why am I drawing a blank?
It's fine. I got you.
Jeffrey Epstein's emails. Yeah, because it's too much have been released. Now, the thing that's disturbing me more is that people are talking about that more than the fact that Trump is a child rapist. Like it just took all of the like everybody was like, oh, you're a child rapist, and then they were like, oh, you suck Bubba's. Anyway, and everybody was just like, wait, what? Like it did a whole wait, what? Like it was just like
that's the thing. I think everybody did a wait, what? But that's why I don't think anyone. Well, I don't think anyone reasonable, the type of people that you and I associate with, is downplaying Donald Trump's status as someone who has abused children, right?
Right.
It's I think it's more so that we all knew that. Like it's almost like R. Kelly. R. Kelly is disgusting. We know what he's done and we know what he is. None of us knew that Donald Trump was sucking man penis. So that's why it, I think, caught the zeitgeist, everyone in the zeitgeist generally just kind of off guard, Right. But I mean, who's to say? I mean, all I know is you and I both can say that we're in the same boat as everyone other than Donald Trump and Monica Lewinsky and maybe Hillary Clinton.
Like I said, okay. And then it's brought up this discussion of whether Donald Trump is bisexual now. And, our girl Kiki pointed out that not necessarily, because a lot of these deviant acts that these men in power do, and this is all allegedly because Bill Clinton has not said anything. If I were Bill Clinton, and whether it happened or not, I would be deny because gross. Like who wants sloppy toppy from Trump? That's just gross. Like it's like ew. But if it's true, at the same time, it's like it's all about power and dominance, and these people are so deprived. They're just depraved humans. So for this to even be a discussion, whether it's true or not, I don't know why Jeffrey Epstein brought this up. And it again, I went and looked for the email. I didn't take the screenshot, but I was trying to figure out why the hell is everybody talking about this? Like what email? And basically he was like does Putin have pictures
Video
of
of Bubba.
of Trump giving Bubba a head or something like that? And everybody's like, wait, what? Again, it was just this whole, like, everybody's like, I cannot believe what is happening right now. And it's just this deviance that these people empowered, like just having sex with kids. Like, it's just the whole, like, I think one of the emails revealed that Epstein was angry at a child that he was raping because he didn't get to rape her first. Like, the levels of deviance in these humans, because it's just blowing my mind. And also on top of the gymnastics that the Republican Party and people who support Trump are going through to defend it is just also insane to me. Like, the whole, like, we knew he was a child rapist. We didn't need the proof. We didn't. We knew it was enough circumstantial evidence to know that this dude, he even talked about he would date his daughter. Like, we knew he was a creep.
Yeah.
We had it, but the Republicans kept denying it. And now it's really coming out. No, here's besides the victims themselves coming forward, here's some more proof from a white guy that yes, this did happen. And these people are literally bending themselves into pretzels to defend it. And now, oh, it's not, they were 15, they weren't 8. Like, the amount of foolishness that these people are doing right now to defend child predators. Like, these are child rapists.
But you know what, I there's a few things that I have to throw out there. I mean, this isn't my original thought, but they always say with conservatives, Republicans, every accusation is a confession. There's so much that has been said about, drag queen story hour, just a lot of talk about people in the LGBTQ plus community being depraved, talk about, transgender folks just being weirdos and this and that. And listen, I'll tell you right now, someone that identifies as a woman and wants to live their life as a woman is way less quote unquote weird to me than Donald Trump sucking Bill Clinton's penis in an underground sex party on a sex island. What? Like, this is the
thing. To me, it's something about conservatism and deviance. It's like they want to do all these things in secret and shame, and then they want to villainize the people who are not doing anything wrong. These are consenting adults who are choosing to live their lives outside of conservatism and to be open and honest about who they are as people. And they get mad at them for being open and honest about, I'm gay or I'm trans. And they're like, you guys are evil because you're out in the open doing the same stuff we're doing over here in the dark. Because every time Republicans have a gathering, they crash Grindr. I don't know what else you call. They crack you all. The Republican.
It's happened more than once.
Yeah, the Republican National Convention crash Grindr, and then the Charlie Kirk Memorial crash Grindr. All of these dudes are having sex with each other. A lot of them, and again, as Kiki said, it's not necessarily about whether they're bi or not. A lot of it is about power and dominance and weird things that are going on because they can't be themselves. A lot of these men don't want to be themselves, and they just want to be in control of somebody because they don't have any real control. Like, they just have to just dominate and be powerful, and that's what makes them feel powerful. It's the same thing like people starving, losing their SNAP benefits, and then he went and had a party at Mar-a-Lago because a lot of these humans, these evil people, don't feel anything. They don't have any real feelings. The only thing that they can feel is cruelty. They only feel good and they get pleasure out of hurting people. And it's crazy to me because when you see it, you're like, wow, you guys are having a party and, you're having a great time and you're in all this opulence while people are starving and you're laughing about it. You're actually
like it's
joyful for you to know that you're causing harm. That's where they have feelings. That's where they feel good. Where the rest of us are like, you're sick, disgusting individual.
Like this isn't right.
Right. It's like, And again, the thing that like nobody's surprised. Like I made a post about like raise your hand if you're black and you knew that they would defend these white folks would defend Trump. And what is going on with you in this light? Would defend Trump.
You know what? Because it's so dark in here. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to make it happen, but it's just dark in here. I gotta, next show I'm gonna be in a different room because this is the room where I'm comfortable, but it's too dark now. I gotta go.
You just gotta get a ring light. When you gonna order a ring light, bro?
I have one. I'm looking at it. It's literally right there. But
okay. So anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Like I said, raise your hand if you're black and you knew that these white folks were going to defend Trump, even when they had proof that he was a child predator. And so many people, thousands of people, like, because we as black people knew that it wasn't going to make a difference. But I'm also, it's like, while I'm not surprised, I'm also deeply disturbed at how like they are like y'all are defending child predators, like you're with your whole chest, like
what I think is interesting, less so than the defense itself, is more of the shift in thinking. And what I mean by that is there was so much surrounding what was it called, Pizzagate, right, where there were a lot of people who were believing the QAnon weirdo nonsense that there was some type of underground cabal of, Democrats who were, molesting children or this, that, and the third. And the reality is, and I remember I said this at the time. When I say I think that stuff was BS, it wasn't me defending Democrats. Right. What I'm saying is, I don't think that what I was saying at the time was, I don't think that there's a secret cabal of Democrats, quote unquote. It's everybody's dirty. They're all these politicians are dirty.
Any man with power has the potential, to me, to be problematic. I
Absolutely.
don't care
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, and I say men because I find in my own life that it's more likely a man to abuse power than a woman. Not to say that women never abuse power, because they can and they do, but as a whole, men are more likely to do it. So when I think about men in power, it doesn't matter what party you're with, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, there's a good chance that if you get some power, you might be abusive. So when these scandals come out, I'm not surprised. I think we talked about it. I'm never surprised when a man in power does something messed up. I'm never shocked. I'm like, yep. Let
me ask you one question, because this has been on my mind ever since this news broke. So this email correspondence where Jeffrey Epstein was telling someone that Clinton and Trump had this little tryst, or whatever you want to call it, that was released by the House Oversight Committee. Now, my question is, why do you think that the House Oversight Committee released it now and not before? Like, why now?
Here's the thing.
I don't have an answer. I don't
have an answer for that. I am so disappointed with all the things that are happening. And I've seen them build up to this point where we have a completely corrupt government. We are in a constitutional crisis. Everything is bad. Like, I don't think people are really appreciating how bad things are. And it's like, so why now? Who knows? I know that the fact that Epstein died in prison is not a coincidence. Like, you can't, tell me that he committed suicide, because I don't think that man would have committed suicide. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people were in danger of being exposed if he got exposed. So, and here we are. And here we are, like, things are coming out, and it's like, why? I have no idea. Will it make a difference? I don't think it's going to make a difference.
No, I think that Trump was absolutely right when, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something along the lines of, I could shoot someone in the middle of Times Square and get away with it. I think the issue is that his strongest supporters, the base of the MAGA movement, they're not listening to anything.
No, they don't care.
You could literally say, hey, did you see that video of Trump ripping the head off of an infant? and they wouldn't watch it. If they saw it, they'd say it's AI. If it was proven to be true, they would just they don't care. So there's no talking to these people.
No, there's no. These people are too stupid to know they're stupid. So it's not even about his base. It's really about the people who do have some power. The Republican Party as a whole are in this position of, they know that there's things that have been happening, have been set in motion for a while. They know they're losing power. They've known this for decades. That's why the shift happened in the 80s. They've really capitalized on racism and using racism to, get the masses of white people behind them, because they know racism is a great tool to control poor white people. And so they've absolutely capitalized on racism. I think where they're messed up at is when they let the Tea Party get started, which led to the MAGA movement. It's gotten so far out of control, because for the system to work, for the racism and the systemic racism to really work and stay in place, it has to be subtle. And the problem with Trump, and like I said, it started with the Tea Party, is they went to the extreme. And so now what you've done, even though his base are not going to be moved, they're not going to change. But what he's done, he's bucked the system. And so the system is crumbling, and they are desperate to figure out what to do. In their desperation, now poor white people are suffering a lot more. And what I think is going to happen is that the more that these poor white people suffer, you're going to see them start to rebel, because, them being hungry, them not having jobs, them not having a place to stay. When you put a bunch of poor people on the street and they're hungry and the crime goes up and things are terrible, then you're going to see a shift in the whole thing. But it's going to take, these people got to suffer. So they know that these Republicans do not care about them. They got to suffer for them to be like, we don't want this. And it's still not going to be, we want the black person. It's just going to be, we don't want you.
I think you're definitely onto something. Where I will split with you a little bit is, you're saying they need to suffer to learn. I don't think they're going to, I think that they will continue. No,
they're not going to learn, but they're going to fight to have somebody else in power because they're suffering. Does that make sense? Like, they're not learning from it. They're just going to be.
No. I see what you're saying. I think that the MAGA movement is so far gone at this point that Donald Trump could pee on them and tell them that it's raining, and they'll just eat it. So I don't even necessarily. I mean, you look at the people who are unironically and legitimately talking about Trump 2028. It's a cult at this point. So I don't even think it's the type of thing where, like, I think it's gone beyond politics at this point.
Yeah.
We've seen, people, we've definitely seen conservatives talking about the Epstein files, releasing it, all of that. And then once we get some substantial evidence from the words of Jeffrey Epstein himself that implicate the president, the goalpost is getting moved. And I knew the goalpost was going to get moved.
Yeah, we knew. We knew that. We know that they're not going to, change in terms of like, oh, we don't want to do this anymore. We know that. We're just like, I think the fact that they're hungry and poor and don't have health care is going to make them scream and vote in a different way. That's all I mean. Like, I don't think that they're going to put up with it once they're suffering, especially like the farmers that have lost so much. A lot of them are going into bankruptcy in the rural states. They're not going to vote for the same thing again because they've suffered so hard. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to change their views, and they're still going to be just as racist and just as ignorant, but they're going to vote in their interest the next time. You know what I mean? It's not learning. I think so. I don't think that, because have you seen these, when they do the town halls? Have you seen the Republican town halls in the rural areas recently?
I've seen a few.
These people are pissed. They're pissed at Republicans. They're not pissed at Democrats. They are pissed. Like, they are hot. And so I think what's going to happen is, because they have lost so much, they're going to just self-preserve. Like, it's not learning, it's self-preservation. Like, I can't vote for this. It's like, I've suffered so hard. Like, now I gotta desperately, it's a desperation move. As soon as they start, recovering and things are okay, they're gonna go back to the same bullshit.
Right back to where it was, yeah.
Right. But in the meantime, they are like, oh, this is what's the problem, and I need to get rid of this problem to save myself. And once I save myself, then I can go back to whatever. But I don't think they're learning. I think it's just self-preservation. And also, I want to point out, and I think you said it when we talked about Charlie Kirk getting shot, I'm almost 100% that was Trump behind that, because Charlie Kirk was calling for the release of the Epstein files. Charlie Kirk was the leader of the youth, Republican, the young Republicans, and for the young Republicans to turn on Trump. Now, he had the influence over those young white boys to be like, yeah, we should get the Epstein files. And so they couldn't have that. So suddenly when Kirk was like, yeah, it doesn't matter if Trump is in the Epstein files. If he's in there, he needs to be punished. I don't care who's in it. That was that was the end for him. So, as much as they want us to believe, and like, this white boy just one shot killed this guy, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You have your doubts, so to speak. Huh? Yeah. It's not to say you have your doubts, so to speak.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I'm pretty sure somebody white and male shot him, but I'm not sure if it was that guy. Because you're trying to convince me that this little skinny thing shot with one shot, no training, all the way across. What was it, 30 yards?
It was a good shot. If it was him, it was a good shot. It was a great shot. It was
an expert shot if it was him. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. This just feels a little iffy to me. Like, the circumstances around his death are a little bit funny. And the way they capitalized on it immediately after, and haven't seen Trump with Kirk's wife since. Like, it was just very, sure, that's what happened. So, sure, whatever you say, what do I know? I'm just a black woman.
I haven't seen anything about it. Has Clinton released any statements about this? I'm actually gonna look.
I haven't seen him talk about it. I mean, but Clinton, I don't even want, like the whole story is so disturbing. Again, like, I saw it, and like, everybody that night was like, yeah, I'm going to bed now. That was my reaction too. Like, I just need to go to sleep. I can't even deal with the idea of this right now. And then, did you see all the pictures people are posting of them together?
Oh, have I seen the pictures? I've been a part of the people who are posting pictures of and I got one where they're kissing, where Trump's rubbing Clinton's penis. It's all kinds of. So wait, I just want to bring one thing up. So we didn't discuss this. So Trump, after this all came out, Trump announced that he was going to launch an investigation into Clinton's ties to Epstein. So basically, this rumor that he was sucking penis of this guy comes out, and he says, "I'm going to investigate the guy whose penis I'm alleged to have been sucking, because clearly he's associated with Jeffrey Epstein if his name came up." That, I feel like that's some 4D chess. I don't know. What?
I love how Epstein is a hoax for him and all the Republicans,
right?
But is an actual real thing for the Democrats. Like, I don't understand. He's
doing that in real time, where there's a story that he's involved in.
Right. So, I get that he's an idiot, and I get that he's he has dementia. Like, I get that these two things are happening at the same time, because for him, when they talk about Epstein and him, he's like, oh, it's a hoax, it's not real, it's fake. And then when Epstein and Democrats come up, well, we need to go investigate because that's clearly real. And it's like, sir, you can't see that those are literally the same. It's the same thing. Like, you're talking about the same same phenomenon. Like this one guy who clearly ran a child sex trafficking ring to an island and preyed on children, that all of these people were involved. And I want to talk about how pedophilia is deeply embedded in white culture. Like, all these people are involved, like conservatives or Democrats, all these people are involved, but it's only a hoax when it comes to you and your people, but everybody else is real. Like, you don't see how that could possibly seem strange to the rest of us. And he can't. He's an idiot. He just can't. And I try not to read or watch anything where he's talking, because he literally is just so stupid. And I don't understand how anybody takes him seriously, but they do. They absolutely.
I haven't taken Donald Trump seriously in my entire life. The reason that
I don't think I've ever.
The reason I know who Donald Trump even is because when I was a little kid, he was cheating on his wife with Marla Maples, and that was news.
Right.
So like that is literally the only reason I ever found out who Donald Trump was, because he was cheating on his wife, and it was a whole scandal. You know, the same way Burt Reynolds and Lonnie Anderson was a scandal back in the day. It was National Enquirer, supermarket tabloid type stuff. And again, like I never thought of him as a serious person. I never thought of him as a moral person.
He's not a smart.
That was never the impression. So him even rising to the level of power that he has is frankly astonishing to me, and it kind of feels like people have short memories.
You know why? Because white people can fail to success. It's racism is set up in such a way that white people can repeatedly fail to success. They can, white women and white men, they can keep messing up, and success will just drop in their lap because the system is skewed in such a way that it favors them. And he was the child of a wealthy white man who cheated, who was just, stole and cheated like the rest of them. So many, what's the saying? Behind every great wealth is a great crime. Like, all these people are descendants of freaking criminals in some way, whether they enslaved people and stole labor, or they actually stole something, an idea, whatever it is.
Or they have clan ties, like Fred Trump.
Yeah, like all of these people, whether they were bootleggers or drug dealers, like whatever it is, this wealth didn't just appear. It was stolen, or they did some criminal enterprise. All the super wealthy, y'all can get mad if you want. You didn't earn it. And nobody earns that level of wealth. It's got to be a crime involved. Like, there's got to be, even right now, these billionaires are stealing labor from people because they don't pay these people what they should be paid. So like the Amazons and the the Walmarts, they steal labor. It's still theft. It's still a crime. And so this ultra wealthy, they're just a bunch of crooks, and they're descendants from crooks. And y'all can get mad. I don't care. They're crooks. I see it as what it is. And so now you have Donald Trump, who's a descendant from a wealthy guy. He was a wealthy, racist guy who's not very bright. And Donald Trump is an idiot. He's always been an idiot. But he had the safety net of coming from a wealthy family. The problem is nobody likes him. The problem with Donald, I think I said this last week, nobody likes him. His parents don't like him. His friends don't like him. No one likes him. His relatives. Nobody likes Donald Trump. And he is desperate for somebody to like him. That's why Obama gets under his skin, because people like Obama. And he doesn't understand that he's the problem. Like, nobody likes you because you're a horrible human being. He doesn't make the connection. He's just like, I'm great and I'm awesome. And nobody, everybody loves me. And he knows deep down inside, no, everybody hates you, actually. And I think when you're a kid, like I want to make sure everybody understands, I don't have any empathy for Donald Trump whatsoever. I'm just analyzing it at its base because I think he's an idiot and a horrible human being. But what I see is a grown man whose own parents hated him. He was sent off to some school very early or something like that. Like, his mom seemed like she was an alcoholic, and he's an idiot. And I think his dad is smart, sort of, maybe smarter than his son. And smart people don't like dumb kids. So I just think, like, his dad was like, oh my God, my son's an idiot, and probably called him an idiot very young and was like, get the hell away from me, you dumb motherfucker. Like, I feel like Donald Trump just had this horrible, like, he's dumb and his parents hated him and he doesn't understand. And he just went through life like, I don't understand why people hate me. And it's because you're an idiot. Nobody likes you. And so you grow up to be the.
No, I was going to say it very much reminds me of some of Trump's supporters. Like the description that you're giving reminds me a lot of Trump supporters. And what I mean by that is when I interact with some of his supporters online, and by interact, I mean they just see one of my posts and get angry about it and start yapping their mouths.
Right.
Anytime I go to their pages, and I want to be clear, I'm not saying this to say that social media friends are the end all be all of life. There is a world outside, but like to a man, it never fails. Whenever I look at the profiles of these people, they have 65 friends. They,
or less.
Or less. Their posts don't have anyone interacting with. They're not engaging with anyone. They're just shouting into the ether.
They relate to him. They do. They see themselves in him. He is an unlikable, unwanted, unloved human being. And they are too. And then he has power and they want to be like him because he represents how they feel. That he connects very much with unwanted, unlikable people because he is them. He is them. And so I see this person he's always trying, like when he was in New York, he was always trying to get, because he lived in, was it the Bronx? And the Bronx was not the in crowd. He's always trying to get in and be down with the in crowd. And he tried to buy his way in. He's tried to get into anything that can give him a social circle that was cool. You know, you know, we went to college. We went to college with white people. You know how they try to, I got to be with this cool crowd because, I want to be liked too. And he does that.
At one of my jobs, there is a Caucasian gentleman who is very pro-Trump, right? And whenever I'm at a job, I just mind my black ass business. So I don't.
As we should.
I don't get involved. But what I've seen is even amongst those in our workplace who are conservative, they find him to be obnoxious because it's like he's just like, oh, did you hear what Trump said? Did you do this? And it's like, okay, dude, like we need to do these reports. Can we just? I'm standing next to the copier because I'm trying to get this paperwork. Like, can we not do this right now? And there's a certain abrasiveness and like almost a need to force yourself upon other people because, as you were saying, it's like, look at me. I'm the cool one. I'm the cool one. It almost reminds me of when Dave Chappelle brought Elon Musk on stage. There's no doubt in my mind that Elon was like, "Hey, Dave, can you please bring me on stage?
Can you go on stage?
It'd be great if you could bring me on stage." Because he wanted to come out, and everyone that likes Dave Chappelle claps for him and says, "Oh, look, I'm great." It's this like need on the inside.
It's a desperate need. It's lack of self-esteem because, again, I think very much that Donald Trump's parents just freaking never liked him. Like, it's a totally unloved child, but it's a desperate inner need to be liked or to be loved. And that's why he threw himself the parade and nobody showed up. And that's why he claimed that he had more people at his inaugurations than Obama. And that's why he walked away when Biden was inaugurated. It's this desperate need to feel like people like me more. And it's like, nobody likes you. The people who like you, nobody likes. Like, if those people like you, you definitely do not have the attention of the cool crowd. And that's why Obama gets under his skin, because Obama is genuinely liked by everybody around the world, and he's genuinely a cool person, and his family loves him. His kids love him.
I think that the kids don't even like him. I think the key word that when you were talking, you genuinely, it being a genuine thing. Look, I am a pretty weird guy, right? We've had conversations offline where you're like, you know what?
I'm also genuine and like I'm very honest with my friends. I love my friends for who they are. So if you do some weird shit, I'm gonna tell you, hey,
you're gonna let them know. But my thing is, I don't do some of the weirder quote unquote things that I do to gain the acceptance of others. I do things that I enjoy doing. The content that I create, I think it's funny. And that's why I'm creating it. And if it get, I've had things get 1 like, I've had things get 17 million likes.
Right.
That's inconsequential. Like I create things because I like them. And I don't think Trump has ever kind of had that internal motivation where he's just doing something because he either believes in it strongly or loves it. Yeah.
He's seeking validation and acceptance and love from outside because he's never had internal validation, because again, I see a rejected child. You know, he's got a villain origin story, and I'm gonna just tell you, like, you know, he is solidly a villain and everybody hates him for a good reason. But when I see him and I read about his childhood, I see that his parents, I think his mom was an alcoholic too, like his parents don't like him. When your own parents that are married and live in the house with you don't like you, do you know how messed up of a kid you're going to be? Like, it just starts off like that. First rejection from your parents is not something you can recover from without therapy. And we know this dumb motherfucker has never been to therapy. He's not going to
therapy. No, but again, if you never get over the rejection, because listen, everyone on earth has been rejected by another human being at one point or another, whether it's romantically, it doesn't even necessarily need to be romantic, but it can just socially, like, I don't want to hang out with you, or everyone's kind of been through that type of thing. But I think with him, I do think there's some, I don't know if it was necessarily his parents, but I do think there's something that happened to him at a young age that causes him to believe that way.
His kids don't like him. Barron, when's the last time you seen Barron with Trump? Ever?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, because I just think back to the whole, you know, when the whole grab him by the pussy thing, right? You know, and he's like, oh, that's just locker room talk, you know, indicating that that's just how men talk. I promise you, I've been in locker room. I'm a man. I've been in locker rooms.
I'm gonna go a step further. I'm going to go a step further. The only men who say that that's locker room talk and talk like that are trying to get accepted by other men.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was about to say. The men. And forgive me for being crass, but I'm just gonna be crass. The men who are getting pussy don't have to sit here and be like, "Oh, you can just grab women." No, like I've never like I get a decent amount of pussy. I've never felt the need to
be. You know what I
mean?
You know, I don't have to sexually harass women because you know what? Women like me. Like,
what do you know? What do you know? What do you know?
I don't have to go and sexually harass anyone because it turns out I walk in a room and women will talk to me. And that's all. You know, it's always those men who are saying those crass things that are trying to get socially accepted by other men. They think that that's what other men want to hear to like make them feel like they're bonded together. Again, it's every time I see him, I'm just watching a person desperately seeking validation and acceptance.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know, when we were kids, right? You watch a movie with high schoolers in it, and you're like, oh, that's how high school kids are. And you have this sense of what high school kids are based on media. Like, but you don't have a real sense of it because you're not around high schoolers, right? So it's like he has this weird sense of how men are or how men should be because he's not around real men. He's usually around.
And he's only around sycophants. He's only around people who are trying to kiss him.
Like he's not around a man, like a self-made man that's just like, yeah, and like I asked this girl out because I'm confident in myself.
Right. Like he's not around. Yeah, he's not around Obama. Like he can't stand that Obama gets more attention to him. But if he spent some time around somebody like Obama, who's confident, who's, you know, loved and well liked, he would learn. Oh, it's me. Like eventually, I mean, he's kind of an idiot, so he may not. But if he had grown up around somebody like Obama, who was like, you know, he would have followed Obama to the ends of the earth, because if he had ever attached himself to somebody, you know, he would have been able to, you know, it's like, what is that cartoon with Spike? You're like, hey, Spike, he would have been like after him everywhere he went. Like he would have been that guy, and he might have been that guy to somebody. I don't know. I feel like his parents just like paid for him to graduate, paid for him to get on whatever team or whatever he wanted, they would just pay for it because they didn't want him to come home. Like they were just like, whatever you want here.
Just go
like,
away and stay away.
just go away. Like his dad was like, throw money at the problem. I hate this kid. Like, like I said, I feel as though because he's we're gonna have to just point out that Trump is kind of stupid, and I think he might be. He might suffer from a very low IQ. Like I feel like when he talks and the things that he does, it's clear to me he's not smart. So, his parents knew that he wouldn't be successful without them throwing money at him all the time. So I think that his parents just pay for everything and pay for his grades and pay for him to graduate and pay for him to do stuff so that he could, be successful. That's why every business that he's ever run has failed, and every single
Trump University.
Everything he does is like walking failure. But he always had somebody to just throw money at him. So then they're like, oh, he's successful. And in his mind, he's successful because he's not smart enough to realize that he's a walking failure, and he's had a support network the whole time. And now he's a crook and thief. And who knows how much money he's stolen from this country.
But, it's funny because even with all of the advantages that he's been given, so earlier, I was discussing how the reason I knew who he even was because he was cheating on his wife with Marla Maples. The other reason that he was in the zeitgeist when I was a child was because I live in New Jersey, and they had Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and Trump Plaza, right? But the thing about it is, what was in the news at that time, like even when he was running those casinos, was how he had filed for bankruptcy, how it was like, the casino, maybe it's like people were saying the casinos weren't that good of an idea. They've both hence closed, So it's like, even with the advantages he's been given, like he still fucks up. Like he's still not that good at what he's doing. But what I want to say is, I will say this about Trump, and I hate to say anything positive about that man, but so when I was a kid and I saw the stories about his bankruptcy and like, oh, are these casinos going to succeed? There was also a board game that was released, and one of my friends had it, and it was like Trump the board game. And I'll never forget. I played this shit. It was, and of course the guy was white. It's fine. But his kid's dad got Trump the board game, and we sat in their living room and played Trump the board game. And the whole board game basically is like, isn't Trump smart and successful? So while he's never been, it really is. So while I will say that none of his businesses have ever been that successful, and Trump University failed, Trump Steaks failed, all these things failed, he has been masterful at promoting himself. Not any of the stuff that he creates or he's associated, but just Trump as an entity. He has been masterful with it since I was like 8 years old. Because even with him having bankruptcies, there were still in like 1991 white adults that were like, he's a smart businessman.
Because let's look at what his parents did. They bought his way through life all the time. So in his mind, he's doing a good job. The delusion was formed very early, because if he wanted to have a birthday party with a bunch of kids, they paid them kids to come. They made, you know what I
mean? It's almost like, I don't know if you remember on Seinfeld, there was an episode where George Costanza was talking about you have, like, if you lie, you have to believe that lie.
He believed the lies that, like, from very early. You have these enabling parents who, like I said, they threw money at the problem. They were just like, yeah, here, do whatever you want. And that made him feel mentally like, oh, I'm good. I'm the best. Look at all the stuff that I have, because they're here. Like, he didn't get that his parents don't, I know that he felt rejected by him, but when he had, birthday parties or, went to these schools or his grades came out, he didn't earn those grades. They pay for those grades. Right. But when you get your report card and it says it's A's, even though you didn't do any of the work, that's a delusion that was reinforced for years and years. You're talking about decades of being reinforced that you're smart. When you think about all of the stuff that his parents did and all the businesses that failed and all the sycophants that are around him have been around him for decades, just reinforcing that. Like, he doesn't have any friends. That man doesn't have any real friends. He has people around him that tell him, oh yeah, you're so smart, oh you're great, all the time. It's like in, was it Men in Black, in I think it was Men in Black 2, when they opened the locker and they're like, oh hell K or whatever.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And like later, like he's like, it really does boost the ego. Like when you have that constant reinforcement of you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great, even though you are not great and you're terrible, you'll start to believe it. And so yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. You know, when my friends offer me compliments, I do get that rush of dopamine. Like even the fact that you do this show with me, it makes me feel like, oh, like I'm at least valued a little bit. So, it's like, so if you're surrounded by people who are just going to give you that dopamine rush 24/7 and never say to you, like, just as earlier when you were like, when I'm your friend, I'll tell, like, sometimes I'll share something, you're like, Chris, this ain't, bro, this, I'm going to ignore this. He doesn't have anybody in his life like that.
Yeah, I think I'm like, my daughter's the same way. I think that I can't be a good friend if I'm dishonest with you. Like, that's just who I am inside. And I prefer my friends to be honest with me. If I'm messing up, go ahead and call me out on it, because I'm gonna be like, damn, you right though. Like I'll be like, I might go cry later, but I'm gonna be like, you right. Like you called that. I appreciate honesty because that means I can trust you. It builds trust to me. So because I appreciate honesty, I'm also not gonna lie to you. Like I'm not gonna tell you great or that's great when to me it's not. Like I can't do it. Like, and I think that's hard for a lot of people, but it's also, to me, it builds a better bond. Like you know, like, okay, this person, they got my back. Like it's even weird to me because I do that with people I don't know too. Like for example, one of my exes I went on a trip with, and there was another couple there, and they were a white couple, and this lady was really nasty to me the first time we met. But you know, I was like, whatever, we're gonna go on this trip. Like, you know, I did my black woman thing. I'ma just keep it all inside. And on the trip, she was being discriminated against because the country we were in, she looked like a native. And I got tickled because she was dealing with racism and she was getting really frustrated. Like the security came out and they were like, do you have a key to be here? And I thought they were going to come to get me. And I was like, oh, here we go. I'm black and I'm on a resort. And then the people ain't say anything to me. And I was like, oh okay. It's interesting. And then it kept like little incidents like that. And she got really, really frustrated. And eventually I told her, what you're experiencing is racism. I said, they think you're a native of this country. And because you speak the language here, they think you're a prostitute. Like I just put it out there. I just told her. And she was just like, and it just hit her. Like she was just like, because in her mind,
she needed a second for it to wash over her.
Right. She was just like, what? You know, and so for her to be a white presenting person and dealing with the racism towards her, because technically she, you know, they're not white, but they thought that she was one. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So like a year or so later, something came up. I don't know how I came up in conversation. And she said, you know, to everybody, she's like, I know Kai's not my friend, but I know Kai will tell me the truth. And I was like, yeah, that's true. But like the fact that she
had to preface it with the whole like, oh, okay. Like
she knew because I wasn't, because I was like, I don't like you. Like the other thing was I was really clear, but I'm not your friend. I'm not, like, we ain't cool. Like you did some real shady racist stuff to me in the beginning. And I was like, we not cool. But I wouldn't let her suffer like in the confusion. For a little while I did. For like a day or two on the resort, I was like kind of enjoying that. It was like she had mistreated me. So I was like, look at this karma. This is great. But then eventually I was like,
Schneidenfreud or something. It's like It's that German word for like when you take pleasure in the downfall.
Yeah, I did for like a day. I'll say it was like a day and a half watching her suffer after she had been rude.
Listen, I'm not judging you, by the way. I want to be clear. I've absolutely this happened not even that long ago. Okay, this is like a year ago. I was driving and a guy cut me off, right? And I looked at it, I kind of did did my hand like what was that? And he flipped me off. And you know what happened 2 seconds later? He got pulled over. And I was just like, look at you.
No, I don't wish harm on people who mistreat me. I'm not that person. Like that's not. I don't wish you harm.
You're a better person.
No, listen. I don't wish you harm. I don't. I don't wish you harm. I don't wish you greatness either. I just don't. I don't wish you
Switzerland. You're wish Switzerland. You're
right. I'm not involved. However, if news gets back to me, some mad stuff is happening to you. Oh, I'm laughing. I'm taking great pleasure in enjoying whatever like turmoil you're dealing with.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, I will make no. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm a good person. I actively wish for the downfall of my ops. The people that hate me, I hope they die.
I don't actively wish it. Like I said, like people have done some really terrible things to me in my lifetime. I've had horrible things done. People betray me, all that stuff. Been through it. I've been through it. And I just, for myself, don't spend any active, time thinking about them. And
that's
so
healthy. That's a healthy thing. I'm just telling you, I'm not a good person. I want to be clear. You are doing things the right way.
I'm a good person or not, because like I said, if it gets back to me, because it might, because people remember and they send me stuff or say like people tell me stuff and I be laughing hard. Like if it gets back to me, you suffering and you did me wrong. Like listen, I'd be like, that's what you get.
Am I a bad person for looking up the girl that cheated on me on Facebook and seeing that she like needed to borrow money from people and like had money like am I bad for being like, oh wow, like you could have asked me if you were loyal, ma'am. I would have lent you the money.
Look, I try my best to just focus on being in my space and in peace. I'm not worried about what's going on with you. I don't give a damn what's going on with you. I don't care. But the problem is, this is the problem. When you have friends who love you and they can see the people who might have done something bad to you, and then they will send you whatever is going on in their lives to just like the gossip. Like it's gossip, but it is what it is. When they start gossiping and they bring me the bad news, I'm definitely I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I'm cracking up. Like, look at this. Like, that's what you get. Like that's hilarious to me. I'm going to laugh. And I don't know what that means, if I'm a bad person or not, but it's not like I actively sought out revenge or wished anything bad on you. It's just like
it just happened. It just and you're just a witness to it. You're just
right. And the fact that my reaction is that's what you get is it's like it is what it is. Leave me alone. Like don't do bad things. My thing is I try not to be harmed. I know that we can all hurt people. Like that 100%. Is just like we're all. Like I'm sure there's people out there that dislike me for whatever reason. I can't say that I'm a good or bad person because it just depends on how you interact with me. But sure. I go about my life trying not to be harmful. That's right. My whole thing. Like I try not to be.
All any of us can do is try to be a better person than we were the day before. You know,
right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If we go far enough back in my history, we go 20 years back. There are some women that hate me, and they're right.
Right.
Like I'm straight up. Like when I like me at 21 versus 42, it's like
right.
I did some dumb 21-year-old shit sometimes.
I'll even put it's like we can say decades ago or whatever. I hurt people's feelings because I'm honest. And that's just, and it's like, I can be very indifferent to that. And I know that there are people that like, you know, guys I've gone on dates with, like I never went on a date with again. And I knew I would never go on a date with them again because of something I said, but I know it hurt their feelings. So there's guys out there for sure that think I'm an awful person because of something I said that to me was like, this was just my honest assessment. And I like, if your feelings got hurt, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, my whole thing is, I'm not going to be dishonest to make you comfortable. So sure, there's probably men out there who think I'm an awful human being. I'm just, I accept that. Like, they're like, she's horrible and she's mean. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't.
You talking about being dishonest to make someone comfortable. That phrase that really resonated with me, because it just reminded me. And again, we can talk about male fragility because I feel like it's kind of in the same topic wheelhouse. But I think I've told you this story. I've probably told this story in the show before. But I had a friend of mine who was trying to tell a woman that he was 5'10".
Right.
When he's like 5'7", 5'8" tops. So that would mean that, like, because he's in pictures next to me, like, I have to lie because now I have to be 6 foot, 6'1" because I'm 5'10". So it's like, don't make, like, I'm gonna live my truth, right? Like, regardless of what's going on around me. So and I'm guessing, like, if you went to sit down with a gentleman at dinner and he had food in his teeth or whatever the thing was,
I would say it.
You have food in your teeth. I'm just letting you know that you have food in your teeth. And if he gets hurt, he's like, okay, that's fine, but it's not like I'm lying to you.
All right. I got a great college story where I know I hurt this guy's feelings. All right. I'm at a party. It's at, I don't even tell you the school. It was at MIT. Okay. So this is a black college party at MIT, which doesn't happen often, but does happen. I know people don't know that, but yes. All right. We're at the party. I meet this guy. He says his name. His name was Knarf.
Knarf?
Knarf. College guy, not that mature. I said, I'm sorry, what? Because I couldn't believe why, like, what? Like, like, my brain, like, this is the thing. The reason, I don't know if it means I'm on the spectrum or whatever. I'm very honest. And my brain was like, I'm sorry, say it again. And he said it. I was like, can you spell it? So now, like, because my brain is trying to analyze, why is your name Knarf? This doesn't sound like a name. So then I'm like, well, how did, like, I couldn't let it go. Like, I could tell I was annoying this guy. Like, he was getting irritated. And I was like, well, how did your parents name you Knarf? Like, it was just painful. And he said, well, when my dad was in college, he and his friends made a pact to name their first child their name backwards. And the first thing that comes out of my mouth was, your dad's the only one who did it, huh? It wasn't meant to be mean.
It wasn't meant to be mean. It was just, so wait, I'm just trying to think of what Knarf, what is that backwards?
Frank. His name is Frank. His dad's name is Frank. And he named his son Knarf. And I could tell, I heard this dude's feelings. Like,
his father hates him, is what you're saying. His father hates him.
I was like, I couldn't let it go. Like, I could see the hurt in his face. And I could not, in the moment, my brain could not stop focusing on. I was like, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like Snarf from Thundercats. Like,
that's where okay, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna
say that. That's when I heard that ARF.
So I kept going, Knarf
from the Thundercats.
Wait, I kept going, Knarf. Like, I kept doing it. And I could tell this man was so hurt. And I knew I was hurting. Like I said, I'm not a necessarily good person to everybody, because I could not stop talking about this dude's name in a crowd of people. And, the whole dynamic, I'm a girl or I'm a woman and I'm at a college party and I'm making people laugh, because people were laughing. Like, they were like, hi. And I wasn't, it wasn't to be mean. It was just, my brain was like, what the Knarf? Like, that's your name? Like, there's no way that your parents are serious.
Can I share a quick story?
Yes.
All right. So I did pretty much the exact same thing that you did. All right. So, and it's funny because I still, this woman that I dated still probably sees me on social media. So she might be watching this right now.
Right.
So if she's watching this, hello. But I was dating a girl for years and her middle name was El Barbara, because you know how Black people sometimes combine two names. So she had one relative that was named El Nethia, and that's a name in and of itself, whatever. And then someone named Barbara, so they just combine them to El Barbara. And I was like, El Barbara isn't a name. That's Spanish for the Barbara. That's not a name. That's not a real name. So like, I would take her out to dinner. There was a couple times where I took her out to dinner, and this is a true story. I did this at least twice. We went to we would go to a Spanish restaurant, take her out to dinner, and then when they say what's your party's name, I would say the Barbara. So it'd be like a Spanish word, like the Barbara. I was like, oh, that's Spanish for El Barbara. Like that's us. Come on, get a table. And she hated it. She hated it. She thought I was a piece of garbage for it. But I did it all the time because El Barbara isn't a name. I'm sorry.
I don't know if it's a name or not. El Barbara, don't get mad at me. I'm not involved. I'm just telling you that the point is, all of us can be a bad person to somebody. And it's not necessarily meant to be malicious. Like we're not that's not necessarily.
I wasn't trying to be an asshole when I was saying it. I just contend that El Barbara isn't a name. And neither is Knarf. Knarf ain't no fucking name. It's not a name.
Chris, obviously it is because it's her name. Because it is. It's her name. And Knarf is a name. Knarf is a name. And there are people named Knarf. Just
listen, I didn't name my son El Barbara, and you didn't name your daughter Knarf. We gave them human names. That's just me. I don't know. That's just me. I just want you guys to know that Knarf was still nice enough to give me a ride home after that party. I wouldn't have drove you nowhere.
I wouldn't either. In fact, I told him that. No, I said, if it was me, if I was you, I wouldn't take me anywhere. Like, I was very but Knarf, if you still exist, if you ever see this, you're a very nice person. And I'm not going to apologize because everything I said, I meant it. It's just it was just a lot for me to process. And even to this day, this is 20, 30 years later, whatever it was, I'm still laughing because I cannot believe your dad named you Knarf, but you're a very kind person because I wouldn't have given me a ride anywhere after that. But I knew I hurt your feelings, and I apologize for hurting your feelings, not for what I said. I just
shout out to Knarf. Yeah. Could you imagine no, for real? Could you imagine Knarf's is browsing YouTube and he's like, oh shit.
That girl that made fun of my name. Sorry.
I wonder where's Knarf now. Now you have to give me a follow-up. You're offline.
I don't know Knarf's last name. I just know his name. He can't be hard to find. Last name.
Wait, hold on. Type in Frank backwards. I promise you will find that nigga. I promise you.
I don't know what Knarf does. I don't know anything. I met him that one time. I never saw him again. I know, like I said, I was the person I was that young college girl who would not let it go. I wasn't trying to be mean. I just really was not able to process his parents naming him Knarf. I couldn't even believe mom went with it. Like, I get dad saying that's what I want to name my son. As a mother, I would have been like, hell no. Like, what is wrong with you? That's a terrible name. I know he got made fun of.
My son's middle name is Superman's Kryptonian name, which is Kal-El. Do you know how much convincing I had to do to get my ex-wife to get on board with that? Like, it wasn't just an instant decision. I had to make my case. So whoever this woman is, she was just like, yeah, Knarf. Yep, that's it. Let's do it.
I have an ex who wanted to name his son Cairo, and that child's mother said no because that's too much like your ex-girlfriend's name.
Ooh.
Mom's got vetoes on names. So again, I'm like, hello. Like, how are you? Like, how did mom get on board with that? Because there's just no way. So anyway, shout out to Knarf because that story forever will. That's an example. I just want to.
Maybe Knarf's wife's name is like Denise backwards. So she was like, "Oh shit, you know what? That sounds good."
Listen, I just wanted to point out that everybody's a bad guy to somebody, including myself. Mm-hmm. Because I know in that moment, I did not come across as a nice person or a kind person or anything like that. And I know I hurt his feelings. Like, I acknowledge that I could see the hurt on his face, but I could not stop because for me, I was just trying to process his name. It wasn't malicious. But again, there's all of these instances in life where we can be a bad person to somebody. Mm-hmm. So Absolutely. It's okay to be like, oh, I might not be a good person. Like sometimes I might not be a good person. I try not to go out in the world and be an evil, malicious asshole. But you know, you might come
I
across
do.
me on a
I
day.
do. I'm petty. You see me online, you know I'm deliciously petty. I will
Petty to certain, like to the wife school code lady, I'm petty. By the way, I'm super petty because she's crazy and I just can't believe she continues to try to scam people. Cause like it's just like there's pettiness there, but she deserves that pettiness. So I don't feel like that's a bad thing. Like, but for the most part, I try not to hurt people's feelings. I don't go out of my way to hurt people's feelings. Now, if you say something crazy to me, like one recently I had a date back earlier this year and this guy was like, people tell me I look like Idris Elba, and I was like, no, not even a little bit. Like, no.
Do you have a picture of him that you can share with me offline later? Because I want to see if he looks like Idris.
He does really? Not.
Can you please send me the picture at some point?
I will.
I'm curious.
Let me tell you what I did, because he insisted on it. And I was like, and I'm gonna tell you why. So again, this is another person that might not think I'm a nice person. We went on one date and we never had another date. And I knew it was never gonna happen after I pointed out he did not look like Idris Elba at all. So this again, to somebody, I'm a bad guy. Like, so he says this outrageous thing to me that, oh, people tell me I look like Idris Elba. Now, I know the reason why he's saying this is because he primarily dated white women. I figured out on the date as we went through our getting to know you questions. I was like, oh, you date white women. That's your thing. Like, I figured it out. Like
the same way that when I used to have dreadlocks, all the white people would say I look like Bob Marley, Busta Rhymes, despite me not having any features.
So I realized that white women will tend to exaggerate what a black guy looks like. You know, they will compare him to a handsome black guy because they're dating them. I know that this is
the last white woman I dated was over 9 years ago, and I had a really bad experience that made me swear off white women entirely, and I don't regret that decision. But that woman said that I looked like Ice Cube. Do I look like Ice Cube?
No.
I don't think I look like Ice Cube at all.
I can see some if you have a beard.
You're like actually, if she's
like squint, and you put the baseball cap.
I have a thinner neck profile.
Right, and if you put a baseball cap on and like I squint real hard, then maybe and then maybe get a wig like when he had the Jerry
curl and Boys in the Hood.
You can pull it off like. So like I can squint and be like, okay, maybe, but no, okay.
Yeah.
So I knew that this is what was happening, like when we described it. So he kept insisting, like we finished the date, and then he texted me because I was very clear during the date, like, no, you don't look anything like Idris Elba at all. He texted me to ask me again. He sent me another picture of himself and like, you sure I don't look like him?
The doubling down is diabolical.
Because I could tell he was vexed that I said, no, you don't look anything like this dude. And then he, like, the insistence later, I was like, I'm trying, look. So I sent him a picture of me with Idris and said, I'm 100% sure, basically.
That you don't. and again, you weren't even saying in this context that he looked bad. It's just like, you don't look like Idris Elba. So don't hang your hat on that.
I didn't hear from him after that. After sending that lovely picture of me and Idris together, that kind of just ended it for him. Like, bruh, please stop. You just don't look like him. See, people are weird. Was he jealous the same way the girl that I sent a picture of me and Gabrielle Union was jealous of a celebrity that I've met twice? Like, I don't know. I just know after I didn't hear from him.
He got in his feelings. It sounds like he got in his feelings a little bit and was like,
I didn't hear from him after that. Like after that, that was it. That was the end of the discussion. Like me, like
that was it.
That was it. But was I trying to hurt his feelings? No, I wasn't. But if you ask that guy about me, he'd probably say, "Oh, I don't like her. She's not very nice." You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like the experience is, it's different for everyone. So yes, to somebody for bad guy.
I apologize. I had a hard out at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, and that was
But
like
we can
10
wrap
minutes
it up.
ago.
We can wrap it
Yeah,
up.
I'm sorry. I apologize. No, because I didn't tell you off air. I'm
You know why hey Chris, you wanna know why you didn't tell me off air?
Because I was late.
Right. You know what you can do is if you come in
early, like if I come in ahead of time, we could have like a little like a debrief, and that would be the professional thing to do, is what you're trying to explain to me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So so next week I'll be here at 12:35.
I'm just saying we can discuss things beforehand. Hey, this is what time we got. It works. That's what that's what me and Sarah do, because we have
shots fired. Oh no.
That's what me and Sarah do.
Sarah's always been more professional than me. So you know the podcast that I'm supposed to get together for me, and like it's all of that's my fault.
Well, I'm supposed to. You guys, your schedules have not worked out, so but we're working on that. They're gonna get their podcast up. Anyway, tell people where they can find you so we can get out of here.
No problem. Things You Don't See Every Day with Chris Taliaferro. You can follow on Facebook and TikTok. That's primarily where I'm the most active. I'm in other places, you can find me, but I would say if you're looking for my content, Things You Don't See Every Day with Chris Taliaferro on Instagram, Jesus, fuck Instagram. I mean, I'm on there, but it's not as much. Facebook and TikTok. Those are the main two. And here, you can find me here.
On Saturday.
With my bad lighting and all.
I know, the light moving all around.
I had to move it around. I think it got better though. It's better than it started, right?
Like I
feel like I was half in shadow with the start.
And you know what else you can do if you come in on time? You can fix so anyway. See, that's how I'm not a nice person. You see how I'm just being honest. And therefore,
thanks to you, I have dribbled water on my crotch. So now it looks like I peed myself. I appreciate you.
So okay, kind of
because you can fix the lighting, and I could give you tips on the light. Like we could get this all together if you were early.
We can get it all together if you showed up on time, but you don't. It's okay. It's okay. But this is just me being honest. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just telling you, like these are things that we can accomplish.
Full circle. But see, that's why I appreciate you. Listen, if you clicked on every single video that I sent to you or the group chat and just LOL'd every single time, I wouldn't believe you after a while. I just say, no, that's
like strip it.
Yeah, right. When you actually acknowledge something, I'm like, nah, that one was good. That was it.
Right. Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, that was.
You ain't going for no bullshit. You're just, so.
No. Okay. I'm Kai Nicole on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Blue Sky. I'm Kai Fly Mommy on Instagram and Threads. Please go follow me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I don't know. We're going to keep it short. So follow me on everything. Subscribe to everything. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. So let me hit the button.